Hey, Eric. Have your prompter copy scripts. Have your copy scripts ready, please. We may be having malfunction with prompter in here.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Thank you. Yeah, just unmoss and remoss. We got 45. Just do it quick. Come on. 30 seconds.
30 to show, Rogie. 30.
Okay, I think we're back in action here, Eric. I think we're good. 20 out. Yeah, I will.
Alright, so right now
15, stand by here, Eric. Cold open off the top here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, stand by. 3, 2, 1, and we are live.
Good show.
We're continuing to follow a developing story out of Elizabeth for you tonight, where a 4-alarm fire has damaged 3 buildings.
In 3, 2, 1.
Family, friends, and fellow officers saying goodbye as Waldwick officer Christopher Goodell is laid to rest. But first, hundreds of flights to Israel grounded as tensions rise in the Middle East. You're watching News 12 New Jersey. I'm Eric Lansford. Your news starts right now.
Around New Jersey.
All right, stand by camera 2. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
We begin with the escalating crisis in the Middle East. A rocket attack right near the airport in Tel Aviv, forcing the U.S. to ground commercial flights to and from Israel for 24 hours. News 12 New Jersey's Ranji Sinha is over at Newark Liberty Airport, which has a number of flights to Israel. Ranji, the FAA gave its word on this issue, but the airlines are actually taking things a bit further here.
Absolutely, Eric. The FAA ban is for 24 hours, and it started around noon, but the airlines have taken it a step further. Both the U.S. airlines and European airlines have suspended flights to and from Israel indefinitely, and Delta Airlines actually had a flight from JFK to Tel Aviv. It actually
John doesn't have a map for A28, Jeff.
And diverted to Paris because of that rocket attack from Gaza, a missile or rocket landing near David Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv. Now, United Airlines had a flight at
A28, there's no map. John doesn't have a map for it.
Tel Aviv. That flight was canceled, and our understanding is that a number of people who had connecting flights or were slated to be on that flight had to drastically change their plans. Now, United was sending tweet responses to passengers essentially saying that their flights would not be traveling to Israel, but Israel's flagship carrier, El Al, did have a flight to Israel at 1:30 p.m., and that flight took off because Israeli pilots, who are not licensed and bound by FAA restrictions, well, they can come and go as they please to Tel Aviv and to Israel in general. Now, we've met one woman who had come back from Israel after a long vacation there. She gave us her thoughts on the restrictions.
I understand the restriction. Would I be personally afraid to go there?
Remember, SIG out here.
But I understand the restriction because it's a war.
It's a war.
Now, the woman we spoke to actually was in Israel during the height of some of these missile attacks. You'll hear more about that, and we'll have more reaction to these flight restrictions on your later newscasts. For now, in Newark, Ranji Sinha, News 12 New Jersey.
Ranji's clear.
Ranji, thank you. Meteorologist Dave Curran's here right now. We're checking the weather on one's forecast, and those temperatures are really cranking up now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, today we had afternoon highs peaking in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Tomorrow it will be even warmer. We're looking at temperatures overall tonight to range anywhere from about 65 to about 71 degrees. Overall, that isn't too shabby, but with the humidity, it will make it feel a little bit more sticky across the area. We have temperatures in the middle and upper 80s across most of northern New Jersey. At the moment, Oakland's at 84, while Woodland Park has now settled down to about 89 degrees. 89 in Teterboro, 87 over towards Newark and Somerville. We have 85 in Trenton.
So, Jeff, what do you want to do about that map there at 828?
Our dew point temperature is still in the upper 60s, but we have had a nice, comfortable breeze that has kind of stirred up the atmosphere enough where the humidity wasn't that much of a player.
So we know we have that shot saved, guys.
Warm,
Good? All right.
But it could have been a lot more uncomfortable as the afternoon unfolded. Fair weather's now breaking down. We'll have two systems that will converge on New Jersey as we go through later tomorrow afternoon. For the most part, Futurecast is going to time out some of the rougher weather just after about 5 o'clock in the evening, but I still want everyone to be weather aware after about 2. And I think those strong to possibly severe thunderstorms could potentially continue right before, I'd say, midnight. And it looks
Once
like
again,
those
camera
showers,
2,
maybe
stand by.
isolated storms could be hugging the coast through the day on Thursday. I'll have another update coming up in the next 10 minutes. Right now, Eric, we'll send it back over to you.
Dave, thank you. An afternoon fire in Elizabeth shuts down some streets and drives residents from their homes. The fire started around 3:30 in a three-story building on East Jersey Street, just off of 1st Street. Neighbors say that the building houses a residential program for special needs adults. They were evacuated. Fire went 4 alarms with crews from Roselle, Union, and Linden assisting Elizabeth Fire in efforts to put it out. No word on any injuries or just what caused this fire yet.
3.
The latest in the missile strike that took down Malaysia Airlines Flight 17. Britain's Prime
pan
Minister
over a little bit to the right on that
boxes
shot.
From the flight are now in the hands of Malaysian officials and will be shipped to the UK for analysis. They're hoping that the recordings may shed light on the incident that killed nearly 300 people. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., President Obama visited the Dutch embassy to sign a condolence book for the victims of the attack.
2.
A Bergen County police officer was laid to rest today.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Waldwick police officer Christopher Goodell was killed last week in a traffic accident while on duty on Route 17. Goodell served his community for 5 years and served his nation before that in the United States Marines. His family and friends joined hundreds of police officers and Marines in full uniform to pay their final respects. Meanwhile, a ceremony was held to mark the 5th anniversary of the death of a Jersey City police officer. Officer Mark DiNardo was killed during a police raid in 2009. DiNardo's organs were donated, saving 3 lives. Today's ceremony honored his donation. His wife, Mary DiNardo, works to spread awareness about becoming a donor. It's her way of keeping her husband's spirit alive.
I actually feel really good right now. It's more
We can leave the background up.
I celebrated with family and friends and my new
Camera 3
family.
next. Stand by.
It's makes me happy knowing that he lives on.
That's all we have.
3, 2, 1.
Joe Caruso stuff.
Now, one of the men whose life Officer DiNardo spared through organ donation spoke on his eternal gratitude for his ultimate sacrifice. And in Union County, the body of Sheriff Ralph Froelich will lie in state at the county courthouse Sunday. The public will be allowed to pay their respects there from 2 in the afternoon to 9 at night. The funeral for the late sheriff will be held Monday at St. Mary's of the Assumption Church on Washington Street in Elizabeth. Sheriff Froelich died late Sunday after battling cancer. He served 36 years as sheriff of Union County. A major announcement involving the Newark Police Department. A federal monitor will be appointed to oversee the agency.
Good job.
The U.S. Attorney said a 3-year investigation concluded there are significant problems with the department. 75% of pedestrian stops by police were found to be unconstitutional. The probe also uncovered cases of excessive force, underreported use of force, and in some cases, theft by officers in the narcotics and gang units. Investigators say, however, that the overwhelming majority of Newark police officers are dedicated and law-abiding.
You got it. I'll do the best.
An organization
All right.
that is challenged in fundamental
828 VO.
and has engaged
Aye,
in
aye.
a pattern and practice of
Got it.
unconstitutional policing in a broad range of areas.
A federal monitor will be appointed in mid-September. The U.S. Attorney says that there will also be reforms of the police department, including better officer training.
Camera 3.
Governor Christie has selected a CIA official to lead New Jersey's Department of Homeland Security. Christopher Rodriguez is due to start in that position on Monday. Rodriguez spent more than a decade with the CIA, having previously served as a policy advisor on Governor Christie's staff. Rodriguez succeeds Ed Dixon, who has led the department since February 2012.
Camera 2.
The governor, meanwhile, delivering his no pain, no gain pension reform message in Long Beach Township this afternoon, but it wasn't just his plan that irked many in the crowd. They were also upset about where he chose to deliver it. Bayview Park, containing a playground built by police and firefighters to honor one of the teachers killed in the Newtown massacre. They called the choice of venue disrespectful. The governor told the audience the state cannot raise taxes enough to fix the problem and warned of state bankruptcy if pension reform does not happen soon.
3.
The man accused of climbing to the roof of a New Jersey Turnpike toll plaza to escape police has pleaded guilty to criminal trespassing. Corey Pohan of Bergenfield admits to scaling the toll plaza after jumping out of a police car July 9th. He was being transported by the NYPD for sucker punching another man in New York City. That punch landed the man in the hospital with a serious head injury.
2.
Police in New Brunswick investigating a string of car fires that spanned the city over the past 2 weeks. The fires have burned out 6 vehicles in total. The areas hit include Lewis Street, Livingston Avenue, and Commercial Avenue. Police consider the fires suspicious and deliberately set. Anyone with information is asked to call on New Brunswick Police.
Nice job.
A mystery on the Brooklyn Bridge today. It seems that somebody replaced 2 American flags with blank white flags. You can see them flying here from overhead of Chopper 12. The swap happened sometime last night. Video cameras show one of the flags as a faint outline of the Stars and Stripes. Those flags have since been lowered. The NYPD now investigating the swap.
Stand by, Master.
A landmark diner sees its final customers and now employees forced out to find work elsewhere. We've got reaction from locals.
And really break. 2, 1. Cool. What are the ones open off the top, please?